Hello, hello, hello. This is AJC 500 slash Talented Track 98 slash Eloise Wonderwise slash Helo, and this is the Helogs for August 2025. This is going to be a bigger one because there is a lot of stuff that happened this month for me, as you can see from the tabs at the top. So we'll just go through that. I have my notepad as per usual, so let's get started. So this month, 13 bars, 13 sands. I actually, for the first time, I was able to be the sole person on the GBF drop site, which was kind of cool. That was just a mini goal for me because I did get 3 bars in one day on this, which was cool. So but yeah, so the thing about it is I've said my goal for last month and just my goal in general. I'm doing 10 sands a month every month because I want to be able to buy the artifact rerolls every month. So I also got just a ton of extra sands from just random stuff, like them giving out sands from all the summer stuff. So that was nice. 13 bars though. So I knew I was going to be barring a lot of stuff this month. And I pretty much said in like a 2-week span, I said I wanted to get 10 bars, and I did get 10 bars in that 2-week span. I also got extra ones from like packs and stuff like that. But I farmed a lot of bars on purpose because I knew there was going to be a lot of stuff I wanted to bar at the end of the month. I'll touch on it later as well, but I also want to continue farming bars going forward. But again, I'll get to that when I get to that. 254 box this event. So the last event, the one at the start of August. So I did 254 boxes on that. I went from that stuff to this stuff, which is nice. I'm actually not really able to box this event as much because I'm doing the nightmares on records. I need to finish those out. But I do want to, assuming I have time, I want to try and do like maybe 300-ish boxes at least a month. Just so that I can keep my pots and berries up. Cagliostro and Clarice off Scamcha, always save your subticks. So during the collab banner, there was a Scamcha that could give you the collab characters, but I actually got Cagliostro and Clarice. A lot of people knew that I was going to subtix them. That was the plan, but I saved my subtix pretty much till the very end. I ended up subtixing Tetragod for that subtix, but my subtix got saved like 3 times because I was gonna do Clarice, Cagliostro and Clarice. Then I was gonna do Ko, but then I got Ko on a spark, and then I just went with Tetragod because I needed Tetragod. So yeah, Cagliostro and Clarice from Scamcha, collab spark for Corollo, got him at the end. So spark nectar for the summon. So also I got manipulator on the Hunter thing. I just wanted to put this in here just so we know forever. So on the collab Gacha, I got a ton of Kikin Kurapikas. All these Fedials are actually the new summon, so I actually didn't have to spark the new summon. I got all copies. I didn't have to sunstone it either. I got all copies of it on the banner while I was sparking. But I really wanted to get Corollo by the end, so I decided to spark anyway. But I got Corollo at like 290 pulls or something. So I grabbed Nectar because I actually didn't have Nectar, so I got him for the amp and just potential usage later. Katura Spark, no Hase, killing myself. So this is where I got Ko. I sparked on this banner for Katura and Hase, but I got like a ton of liches and nothing else. So I actually didn't get Katura or Hase on the spark, but I saw that Katura was better, so I just got Katura, even though I really want Hase. Hase is either probably going to be a Lynx May or Annie Tix, something like that, because I do still want her, but yeah, killing myself over that one. Started playing light more in high level. I don't really have a picture for this, but yeah, I started playing light in high level more. I've been enjoying Kengo with Cosmos, Horus, and Fung / Zoe. The thing about it is, I've said this many times in the past, I've always relied on light for these high level raids, especially when they come out, because a lot of times people play earth but they don't play light. So I've gotten into rooms for like Hexa on release and like Fa Zero on release playing light more so than I've gotten earth a lot of the times. So I actually play light a decent amount in the past, like when stuff comes out, but I haven't really played like the updated stuff. And I wanted to start farming. The reason why I started doing that is because I wanted to start farming Hexa and Fa Zero, and I've said this multiple times on stream, that I think the way that you make the Hexa and Fa Zero grind better is when you test something. When you're not focused on just getting drops, but you're trying to test something and just mess around with that and go for damage or figure something out. I think that makes it a lot more fun because it makes the runs go by a lot faster. So I was like, I wanted to play different Ellies, but I ended up just playing Light and Earth because the other Ellies had stuff that I was either missing or that I didn't want to like swap my keys around for and stuff like that. So I just played Light and I had a lot of fun with Light. I still like Light. So yeah, I think Light's actually probably my second favorite Ellie in the game. I think it's probably like Earth at the top, then Light, then Dark, then Fire, then Water, then Wind. I think that's probably my Ellie of favorite Ellies in the game. But anyway, yeah, I've just been having fun with Light and high level. Ring optimization plus records, Sarasa and Octo domains. So first of all, the records, I obviously got both of the domains. I'll talk on Octo first, just because I think Octo's is a little bit easier. I know a lot of people, well, for one thing, I do think this should have been special CA damage cap instead of just CA damage cap, but it is what it is. A lot of people don't really see the importance of this though for his domain expansion. It's actually pretty good because you can get him to 200% bar in slot 2. Like I don't even know if it was possible as much before, but you can do it a lot easier now, which makes your Andromeda loops a lot better. And the thing about it is he not only can he now at this point with Lich, you kind of just always have 100% charge bar anyway, but he can technically battery people behind him, but he can also, you can bring him in with Summer Silva, and then he can like triple Ogi like a lot easier now, or double Ogi a lot easier, which also gives you, Silva hits plus damage plus charge bar, which is nice. So unironically, this is really good. His damage actually went up quite a bit with this, which is good. Sarasa, all I'm gonna say is I know a lot of people ask me about Sarasa because Sarasa is my favorite character. They asked me what did you want for the domain? I was very against style switching. I didn't want to be forced into sword at the start. I know a lot of people want that for burst, but in my opinion, Axe is actually the better form because that's what keeps her alive. And I think the biggest strength to Sarasa is keeping her alive. The sword form is just nice damage. So I don't want to be forced into sword form on battle start because then it screws over a lot of her full autos because she's just going to freaking die. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. So what I said is specifically, you can go back and look in the VODs. Specifically, I said I wanted this NA damage amp like 6. And then I wasn't sure what I wanted, but I just wanted something that could be good for her, just damage in general. And I'm okay with this because it plays into her enmity playstyle, and this damage cap is unironically huge. This thing is adding like 3% to some of my full autos, which is really, really nice. Or I guess cutting 3%, however you want to look at it. But it's very good. So I like her domain expansion quite a bit. What else? Oh yeah, records just in general. I ended on 203 laps. So as you guys know, this was the Earth records, and I'm an Earth main. I said usually in the past for records, I've only gone for 100 laps, but I said for Earth, I wanted to go for specifically, a lot more laps. I wanted to go for 300, but when it started that weekend, my whole schedule kind of got screwed up, and I didn't really play as much as I wanted to. So I ended up going for 200 instead. Maybe 300 next Earth go around, but I needed to get a lot of earrings and rings specifically, so I did a lot of laps. And I have a lot of nightmares that I still have to clear out. But because of this, I have a lot of ring and earring optimization that I'm just going to go through like a speed blitz round of all that stuff now. So Lich, I actually got before this event, so I'm just going to throw her in here. But this is a pretty good ring for Lich. Happy with that. Sarasa, my stamina 12. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, why do you want stamina on Sarasa? She's an enmity character. The reason why is because of OTK. If anybody knows about what happened with last month's Helogs, when I was going through the last Earth Favored event, the story event, I was playing Sarasa with Folia and Dante, and I went through the ringer trying to get that setup to work because you had to cap the assassin. You needed a lot of NA damage cap. You need a lot of stuff to do that. And the thing about it is what you want for the capping of assassins, you need stamina. to try and do that and do it consistently. And my Sarasa's ring is skill damage cap and triple attack. So I don't have stamina on that part. So I really needed it for the ring. But the reason why getting this back was very important is because if you know what happened last month, pretty much I got a stamina 12 ring, and I finally got the setup to start working consistently. But then I re-rolled again and I got like a supplemental like 10 or 11 ring or something like that. And I was like, well, supplemental is probably better on Sarasa overall. So I took it, and then my setup started to fail because I didn't have the stamina. I went into a super anxiety induced crash out, and thankfully Sarasa had mercy on me, and she gave me a stamina 10 earring so that I could get back to being consistent again. But I said when records came out, I'm getting my stamina 12 back. So I got my stamina 12 back. So my Sarasa is on stamina 12 for OTK purposes. Also, just in general, when she's, higher HP, if she's ever in higher HP, it can work off that. I do think supplemental is still probably better overall, but me personally, I'm going with stamina just because of how my ring is set up. If your ring has stamina on it, then I think you can go for a supplemental earring. But I chose skill damage cap because I just think that's better to have personally for my Sarasa. So you don't have to do what I do, but that's what I do for my Sarasa, and that's the reason why having stamina 12 back is very good for me. Okay, so moving on to the next one, Sidala. So Sidala, I actually had a ring that is almost exactly like this before. I can't remember the exact stats, but it actually had max skill damage cap and I think 9% TA. But these stats, like this attack was 1,800, and I really wanted this stat to be higher because Sidala does have some HP issues where she can die very easily to just getting clipped by stuff. So I wanted to have higher stats. So I rerolled a lot to try and get a better ring on her, and I landed on this one, and I'm very happy with this one, to be honest. Because this is a high attack and HP roll, which I wanted. And the skill damage cap is good, and the triple attack is good. So I was very happy with this ring for Sidala. I also got supplemental 11 on Sidala for her earring. So she is in a very good spot right now. I'm very happy with Sidala right now in general. Siegfried, I got supplemental 12 on his earring, or on his ring. His earring. His ring was already good, so I'm okay with his ring. Kame, I was trying to get the thing about Kame is I also just wanted higher stats here. He had very low stats here, and I think he had a 6 or a 7 stamina here before. But the thing about Kame is specifically I need him to have high triple attack and stamina, and hopefully high of these stats as well, because I need his triple attack for stuff like Fall Zero when I'm just mashing. I don't want to, pretty much he needs a high triple attack ring, earring, and ring and artifact so that he can hit the TA threshold to just automatically TA without me having to intervene. So this is very good. This is very, very, very good. I'm very happy with this ring. Very happy with this ring on Kame. He was one of the annoying ones because him and Makara, where I just can't fold on the two stats. They have to be Kane's has to be stamina and triple attack. Makara's, I need that to be skill damage cap and dodge rate. Sidala, kind of the same thing. I really want it to be skill damage cap and triple attack. I can't fold, so it makes it harder because I can't just focus on this stat and just leave this one to the wayside. But I finally did get a good ring that I'm happy with here. Raziel, you can hate Raziel, but I will give it up. Raziel, I said specifically on stream, she had another one that was I think this stat was a little bit lower and this was a bit lower. And I said that specifically I wanted this stat matchup, all 4 of these. But I wanted specifically, I said, Raziel, just give me 10 stamina, and 2,400 attack specifically. I said that live, and that's exactly what she gave me. So I'll give it up. Thank you, Raziel. I appreciate you for giving me that. She already had a stamina 11 earring, so I'm kind of okay with that already. And then Octo. So Octo, I got this. Technically, he doesn't really need this TA, but this is max stats here, and he did get CA damage cap, so I'm kind of okay with this. I also did, I don't remember if I took a picture of it, but I did get stamina 10 on his earring, which is what I wanted for Octo as well. Luo, I rerolled his Before, I think he had skill damage cap and triple attack. But I actually went for this because not only was the skill damage cap and these stats higher, but honestly, he also has an issue where he gets lower than people, other people in Ogi comps. Sometimes he just has less defense, it feels, or HP or something like that. So I went with defense. And the thing about it is his buff plus like Andromeda plus a standard Ogi grid right now should get him to 100% TA anyway, especially with this EMP and like an artifact. So I was kind of okay giving up my TA for his ring. So I went with this defense because it was a much better ring. And then I also got supplemental 10 on his earring. So Luo is looking very, very good right now. Olivia put me through the ringer, bro. Olivia put me through the ringer. She put me through the ringer. It took a lot to get this ring. I had another ring that was lower stats, but again, Olivia has an issue getting clipped in high level raids, so I wanted higher stats on this. She had lower stats on this, and she had lower skill damage cap and lower triple attack. Again, she's another one of those characters where I want specifically skill damage cap and triple attack. So trying to get these line up with also having high stats is incredibly difficult. But I did end up getting it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, Olivia. Also got a Ilsa ring. I did this for the event, but I had some rings left over from all my Earth optimization. I also didn't take a picture of them, but let me go to Dante and Folia. So Dante and Folia, I needed to optimize them from, again, the last event. They were struggling. They were running on fumes because I didn't have rings and earrings from the last boxing event, but I said when this event came, I was going to optimize them. Dante, this double attack is kind of tragic, but he did get max stamina and max stats here, which is incredibly powerful for his burst potential. So I'm happy with that. And then Folia's ring, I got this stamina 8 plus triple attack plus high attack roll here. They also already had 10 stamina earrings, so that was already fine. So yeah, good on Folia and Dante as well. Happy with them. Okay, I think that's all the ring. Well, technically there is another. There actually is. I did do a little bit for Katura. I got the skill damage cap and the defense, and I got supplemental 10 on her. And then on Sariel, I got the skill damage cap and I got stamina 11 on his earring. So I did do a little bit more that I didn't take pictures of. I think that's everyone though. I think that's everyone that I tried to do. I guess Berceau, I did get a little bit on her. I did get the skill damage cap plus defense on her. This earring could be a little bit better, and I may re-roll for this to try and get a double-digit supplemental. But we'll see. We'll see if I use this character more. But I think that's mostly it for the optimization standpoint for the rings and earrings. Okay, so what's next? Bullets. So bullets is next. So bullets, I was very, very, very glad that they made these bullets only 1-0s. As you can see, I pre-farmed 300 Hexa and Fall Zero mats. This is where the playing light part came into helpfulness. Because I was trying to farm these raids. I was very glad these were 1-0s though, because I really didn't want to do 750 mats of both of these to get 5 if they just replaced Bubs and Belial. They do kind of replace 2 of those bullets though, the Bubs and Belial ones in a comp, because these bullets are both very strong. I did have to also farm these fall mats, but these fall mats honestly weren't too bad because I'm someone who, as you can see down here, I usually do my dailies for these 3. So I already had like 200 fall mats going in, and I only needed 450. So it only took me like maybe 2 hours of fall high level farming, and I was done with that. And also with the new bullet quests that they added, all the random mats is way easier. I literally finished these 3 bullets, plus I finished an extra Belial bullet, because this takes 3 Belial bullets. And if you get both of these bullets, essentially it takes up 2 slots, but then you need to replace the Belial bullet that you just used for this one. So I had to farm another Belial bullet. So I farmed like these 4 bullets all in I don't know, maybe like 4 hours at work, something like that. It really wasn't that bad at all. The new bullet quest is it makes it very easy. The hardest part about the bullets now is the boss materials, not the random materials, which is very, very good. I will say though, whoever made the thinking random drops on the bullet quest, they're trolling, bro, because for some reason Steel Liquid is way less drop heavy than the other ones. It takes so long to get Steel Liquid. Obviously, it's still better than the alternative of what we had before, but it takes so long to get Steel Liquid. It's really freaking annoying because there's been times, and that quest is not cheap. That quest is 100 AP per quest. There have been times when I went 1,000 AP without getting a single drop of Steel Liquid. So that's trolling. But at the end of the day, it's still a really good quest. So it makes the bullet grind much easier. Bullets are pretty good though. I did buy Hraesvelgr last month, so I need to get on this. I actually only really care about the rifle bullets though. I've said a couple times on stream that I only really care about the rifle bullets because in my opinion, the only time Soldier is really useful is for oral OTK purposes, where you use the Super Ultimate Bahamut bullet, and for Hraesvelgr. And both of those options are only rifle bullets. So I don't really care about the ethereal ones or the cartridge ones. So I'm just not going to focus on those. If they become important later, I'll grind them. But for right now, I just don't really care. TBH. Going on next, Sariel Spark. So I actually had to spark 2 times for Sariel. This first one, Corello is Sariel, by the way. He wasn't on the thing yet. This first spark was terrible. Didn't get like anything. Literally did not get a rate up. Not a single rate up. I had to spark my first Sariel. But I did come back in the second. I got a lot more stuff on rate up. I did get the 2 Belials. I actually messed this up. This is, I think I don't know why I had another Corello here for Sariel. I think I just got two dupes of Sariel. I got a Vapar and then I sparked Vapar at the end. This, I don't know why I had an extra Corello on here for Sariel, but this one was a lot better. But I did spark twice for Sariel. I did get Berceau as well, who's Olivia's spot. But yeah, so it came around on the second spark, so that was good. So I do have updated Dark Primal still. Next, for Helden Hymnus. For Helden Hymnus. So, there was some talk going on during the Earth Records event where for Nightmare 100 you could do a setup where you call Bubs, you do Necromancer, the cat scratch thing, you do Raziel S2, and then you do Folia S1, and you attack, and that's enough to kill the boss without counters. But you needed 4 Helden Hymnus for it because it is single-sided. Do I recommend doing this? Only if you are a freak about optimization. You could literally just add 1 extra button to that and it would make it fine. Or just add Belial counters and you don't need this. You can run it with 3 Helden Hymnus and you can run it with an extra crit weapon, preferably like Laguna Spear because it has supplemental damage, but you can run any other crit weapon that allows you to get to 100% crit. But essentially Helden Hymna gives you the amplify on the crit damage, which helps. Also, it maxes out your echo single-sided when you have 4 of them. So that's why a lot of the Earth people went for 4. And I had a 4th one from a previous spark like a month or 2 ago, and I was just going to bar it at the end of the month for my Nightmare clearing out, which I did. So I have 4 Helden Hymns now for single-sided stuff. Exalto's finished. So this is the reason why in the other video for the Korra, I'm a bit sad because I just wasted a bar essentially because I finished all my Kaguya fan, but I am now done with all of the Exaltos. I now have 3 of every Exalto for every LE. So yeah, that's just a cool little accomplishment. Ramphia bought. So I was going back and forth with this. I also need to talk about stuff that I barred in general, but I barred a lot of win stuff at the end of the month, and I also said I wanted to get Ramphia, so I got Ramphia. I am now only missing Blazing Mistral, Murcielago, and Shishio, and I'll probably get Blazing Mistral next, potentially at the end of the year. So that's the Illustrious Weapon update. Yeah, bars used, and then also I'll talk about these in a second, but the 10 SSR thing from the half Annie missions, this is what I got on that. So bars used, What did I bar? What did I bar? I did finish off my Kaguya fan, my last Kaguya fan. I finished that off. I also one barred my Evanescence. I now have an Evanescence. I also one barred is this a katana? A dagger? I also one barred my Monica sword to finish that off. I two barred my Katura weapon. I have that. I three barred my two. Well, technically this was a two bar, but I barred both of my Sario weapons. Those are both done. I barred the Helden Hymne, the fourth Helden Hymne. Is that it? I think that. Oh no, I also two barred a Noir sword. I two barred a Noir sword as well. I think that's it. I think that's it that I barred. I think. I can't remember. I barred a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all that I barred. I don't know. I don't remember. I barred a lot of stuff. But yeah, so that's the reason why, again, I was focusing for those 10 bars, because I knew a lot of that stuff I was gonna bar at the end of the month. And I still have some more bar plans as well. But yeah, those were the bars for this month, so I just spent a lot of bars. But that's pretty much it for all the stuff that I did this month. It's a lot. So for goals, 10 cents a month. Again, this is just going to be a recurring goal forever. Bars after. So after I finish my sands, I want to get more bars. I'm nearing everything relevant in the game to bar, then want to stockpile for the future. So essentially, there's a couple things on my hit list that I kind of want to just grab just for the sake of having some of the wind stuff, some of the dark stuff, blase, that I just want to bar just because they can be potentially useful. But they're not inherently useful all the time. But I kind of just want to bar them just so that they're out of the way. And then after that, I can bar farm and I'll just have a stockpile like 50 bars that I can just sit on. There's nothing else pressing I need to bar. And just when stuff comes out, I can just bar that stuff. And then finish my records, nightmares. So I have I've been doing them. So records, I have these nightmares left that I need to finish before the event goes away. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this Helogs. Again, it was a lot. There was a lot of stuff that went on with the summer stuff. Also, was the summer stream this month? I don't even remember. Was the summer stream this month? Or was it like the end of last month? I don't know. But I restreamed that. That was fun. That was the fun. If that was this month, I can't remember, bro. I can't remember. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this Helogs. I can't think of anything else. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support as always. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.